2026 is bringing a new wave of alien sci-fi games that lean into mystery, scale, and tension. Strange environments, unknown species, and unpredictable situations are shaping experiences that feel more intense and grounded. Let's get right into it. Exodus is a sci-fi action-adventure RPG where the player controls a traveler leading humanity against the Celestials in a distant future. Gameplay involves interstellar missions to recover celestial remnants, real-time combat against creatures, machines, and rival factions, and a gauntlet system that combines alien relics with human technology for new abilities. Actions connect with time dilation, changing future outcomes, while squad-based combat uses companions with different skills that affect strategy.
In 2060, Earth is dying, but we might have a solution. We've discovered a 9th planet in our solar system.
Aphelion is a third-person action-adventure set on a frozen planet where astronaut Ariane searches for her injured partner after a crash. Gameplay combines traversal using tools like a grappling hook and oxygen system, parkour-based movement across unstable terrain, and stealth sequences against a hostile life form. The structure switches between two characters, with Ariane handling movement challenges, while Thomas relies on observation and problem-solving to survive and uncover the planet's anomalies.
A complex energy network. Most importantly, our instruments have detected a mysterious heat source. A source that could allow liquid water to exist. Ice, snowfall, flowing rivers. This planet could have a complete water cycle. We're ready. We've trained for the harshest environment. Conditions are not optimal yet. But all the raw ingredients for habitability are here.
We know it. Damn it.
This world has everything to become humanity's new home.
It's impossible.
So we gave it a name. Not for what it is, but for what it will be.
We know the cause.
Persephone,
Tell him the truth.
the Greek goddess of fertility. It can't be a bad omen, right?
This is an SOS from the forward reconnaissance ship Cassiopeia. Our ship has taken massive structural damage.
Directive 8020 is a sci-fi horror adventure set aboard a colony ship that crash lands on a distant planet, where the crew must survive against an alien organism that can mimic humans. Gameplay involves stealth, quick decision-making, and using improvised tools to avoid or confront threats within confined environments. A branching story system changes outcomes based on choices, while suspicion mechanics create tension as characters question identities, with both solo play and shared control across multiple crew members.
Ivy, open the fucking door!
God. It's alive.
Please! Help us! Get me out of here! Or I'm gonna fucking freeze!
It's fucking burning in here! You can't leave me out here!
Please!
You need to know about Pragmata in 90 seconds, our upcoming science fiction action-adventure game that does things a little bit differently.
Pragmata is a sci-fi action-adventure set in a near-future lunar research station where Hugh and an android named Diana work together to navigate a hostile environment. Gameplay combines third-person combat with a hacking system that runs alongside action, requiring coordination between both characters to disable threats and progress. Movement and encounters take place across confined station areas, with interactions built around switching roles and using Diana's abilities to assist in combat and system control.
Them open to reveal their vulnerable inner workings, and can even override door locks when the path ahead is sealed. That brings us to the heart of Pragmata, the hacking and shooting system. It's a tactile, breathless combination of strategy and action that makes you think on your feet and manage the space around you. Incredibly intuitive and deeply rewarding when executed correctly. And we've just got time to mention the world, an extraordinary 3D printed lunar landscape controlled by a nefarious AI, crammed with twisted lunar filament creations, varied enemies and surprising secrets. Get to grips with Pragmata by playing the demo, available now on PC and consoles.
It was like another life. Everything made sense to you.
The Expanse Osiris Reborn is a third-person action RPG set across a politically unstable solar system, placing you in the role of a mercenary captain managing a crew and a ship under constant pressure. Gameplay includes cover-based shooting with abilities, real-time commands for companions, and missions that unfold through dialogue and decisions. Crew relationships shift based on leadership choices, while travel between locations involves interacting with factions, uncovering threats, and maintaining control of the ship.
Series belongs to Belters. I didn't become a mercenary to run away from my enemies.
Fear festering into hatred. Typical.
Surely a little gun doesn't scare you.
A Trojan horse. Protegen let its own enemies in.
An enemy of my enemy is my friend?
We have to find our own answer.
I'm guessing you've covered your fair share of reports regarding signs of life.
To say that this geode is really a sign of life is a little...
Project Vesperi is a sci-fi narrative game set on a Venus research station where Dr. Evelyn Roth investigates signs of life while dealing with an intruder threat. Gameplay is built around branching decisions that affect character outcomes, dialogue paths, and multiple endings. Interactions during conversations and station events open different routes, with each choice influencing relationships and survival outcomes, while replay sessions reveal new scenarios and variations across the story.
Save them this time.
I know you care about him.
I may not have people that I'm supporting, but Jesse does.
Why are you here? What do you want with the geode?
I have orders, Doctor.
No!
Helen, no!
This geode is beyond our comprehension. It's bigger than all of us. I'm guessing all of us in this room have people waiting for us back home. Please let us go. Let me figure this out. Let me try. Let me get back to my daughter.
Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic is a narrative-driven action RPG set in a rebuilding galaxy during the Old Republic era, centered on a Force user navigating conflict and shifting alliances. Gameplay focuses on single-player progression with combat abilities tied to Force powers, alongside story decisions that alter character paths and outcomes. Encounters and interactions shape alignment between light and dark, while movement across locations supports mission-based structure and character-driven progression. Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War 4 is a real-time strategy game built around base building, resource management, and large-scale battles across multiple factions, including Space Marines, Adeptus Mechanicus, Orcs, and Necrons. Gameplay involves squad-based control with faction-specific tactics, ranging from elite units to swarm strategies, supported by synchronized combat animations. The structure includes a campaign with over 70 missions, along with skirmish, last stand, and multiplayer modes that expand replayability.
Strapped to rockets and for pure chaos. Squig hog riders charge in atop snarling beasts, smashing through enemy lines before anyone can react. For players who want more Daka, orcs never disappoint. Their shooters unleash relentless storms of gunfire, turning the battlefield into a wall of noise and flying scrap. Leading the mayhem are the flash gits, swaggering show-offs, packing the loudest, most over-engineered guns in the war, shredding anything in sight with ridiculous firepower and even more ridiculous enthusiasm. And when brute force is required, orcs bring the heavy stuff. Death dreads, walking scrap nightmares built to stomp and smash. They all look up to the Gorkanaut, though, a fortress on legs, bristling with guns and ready to crush anything unlucky enough to stand in front of it. What makes the orcs truly dangerous is the power of the war. A battle frenzy that surges across the field, driving every unit into a green tide of muscle and mayhem. Might makes right, and orcs follow the biggest and strongest. Players choose between Gorguts of the Bad Moons, the returning fan favorite, or Guzzcutter, leading the Snakebites. Both ruthless, both brutal, and both eager to prove who deserves to be boss. Gorguts fights with ruthless cunning. He storms the front lines in a hail of gunfire, his custom shooter, one of his many brutal ranged options, blasting apart anything in sight, and barrels forward through carnage, ripping into what's left with unstoppable fury. Guzzcutter, meanwhile, brings raw muscle to the fight, charging in atop his colossal Squigosaur, smashing through lines with unstoppable force. Two warlords, one truth. Only the strongest leads. Orcs don't just endlessly fight in the field. They build endlessly too. Their bases sprawl in noisy scrap and industrial chaos, boasting the cheapest buildings in the game. Every shack's bristling with a gun or two, or three, ready to shoot back at would-be attackers. The orcs love fighting and winning, and they win by throwing in more bodies, more bullets, and more brutality than anyone can handle. That's the orc way. Direct, loud.
Is that the thing from the ridge?
Saros is a third-person action game built around fast-paced combat, combining shooter mechanics with roguelike progression systems. The role involves controlling Arjun Devraj while investigating a lost colony on the planet Carcosa. Gameplay includes repeated runs where collected resources unlock permanent upgrades such as weapons and suit enhancements. A shield system allows blocking and absorbing projectiles to convert energy into powerful attacks, while holograms discovered during missions reveal details about the colony.
The sun is forever.
Mass Effect is a sci-fi action RPG in development using Unreal Engine 5, built around character-driven missions across interconnected regions of the Milky Way and Andromeda. Gameplay is expected to include squad-based combat with abilities, dialogue systems that influence story outcomes, and exploration between key locations tied to larger conflicts. Teasers indicate returning elements like N7 alongside a new protagonist, with systems designed to connect narrative threads between galaxies while maintaining player-controlled progression and decision impact.
Is anyone receiving this? We've lost contact. Anomaly readings all across space.
Graft is a survival horror RPG set inside a massive decaying space station where progression is built around transforming the body using parts taken from enemies. Gameplay involves resource management, close-range combat against hostile creatures and AI threats, and navigating dangerous structures like labyrinths and techno-catacombs. A grafting system alters abilities and behavior by adding traits from defeated foes, while interactions with survivors and decisions during encounters influence character relationships and story outcomes. Ontos is a sci-fi mystery adventure set on a repurposed moon hotel where Aditi Amani investigates her father's past through a series of experiments and encounters. Gameplay involves interacting with machinery, solving system-based puzzles, and managing resources while navigating interconnected areas of the station. Each scenario offers multiple approaches, with decisions affecting outcomes and progression, while environmental details and fragmented information reveal deeper layers of the narrative and the nature of reality.
Your father thought he knew, and it inspired him to grant wishes.
Who's there? Nightmare. Yes!
That's why all of us are here. You want to understand, to know. Then you have to step beyond the walls surround you. Play your father's game. Push the very limits. Until you're in reality itself.
Halo Campaign Evolved is a first-person shooter built as an expanded remake of the original campaign, featuring updated visuals, refined controls, and additional content. Gameplay includes mission-based combat using an expanded selection of weapons, vehicles, and enemies, with mechanics like aiming, sprinting, and vehicle hijacking. The structure supports solo play or up to 4-player co-op, while optional modifiers adjust encounters by changing enemy behavior, weapons, and mission conditions to increase replay variety.
We'll keep them busy as long as we can.
Fire Team Charlie, we're on our way.
Touchdown! Hit it,
Somebody order a warthog.
The Covenant are putting up a real fight. The cartographer must be here.
Lock and load, rock and roll!
Give them hell, Chief.
How rare. This place, this graveyard of ambition has been quiet for too long.
SCP Fragmented Minds Chapter 2 is a first-person action survival horror set in a damaged Martian facility, continuing the struggle against escaped anomalies. Gameplay expands with deeper areas, revised crafting systems for upgrading weapons, and encounters with new SCP entities alongside environmental threats like automated defenses. The structure combines combat, stealth, and puzzle solving, while additional modes and evolving hazards increase difficulty as players move through more dangerous sections of the facility.
Them as I can, for within these ruins lie fragments, truths buried beneath the carnage, that could shape the future, for better or worse. But tread carefully, not all truths are kind, and some carry consequences far greater than you can imagine. Tell me, will you bring salvation? Or something far worse?
Star Wars Eclipse is an action-adventure set during the High Republic era, built around a branching narrative with multiple playable characters across an Outer Rim region. Gameplay combines action sequences with decision-based systems that alter story paths, character relationships, and outcomes. Each perspective connects to larger political conflicts involving factions like the Trade Federation and Nihil, with progression shaped by choices that influence events, missions, and how different storylines intersect over time. No More Light is a survival shooter set in a post-apocalyptic world overrun by insectoid creatures, combining combat with transformation-based abilities. Gameplay includes scavenging resources, managing inventory, and engaging in fights using both conventional weapons and powers gained through metamorphosis. A parasite control system allows taking over enemies to solve situations or fight strategically, while weather manipulation systems introduce environmental effects that can be used during encounters and progression.
Unresponsive. Please contact headquarters.
Rivage is a sci-fi puzzle adventure set aboard a space station affected by unstable physics, where Miranda searches for answers about a missing crew. Gameplay centers on solving interconnected puzzles involving gravity shifts, time distortions, and system repairs while interacting with objects and data across the station. Progress relies on observation and experimentation, supported by a logging system that tracks discoveries, while environmental clues and recorded messages gradually reveal events tied to the station's condition.
We were meant to find answers. Now I have to find a way to escape this place. The clues are all around me.
Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, is an action-adventure set on a remote planet where bounty hunter Jordan A. Munn searches for a criminal syndicate while trying to escape isolation. Gameplay involves combat against hostile robotic enemies, navigation across unfamiliar environments, and uncovering information tied to the planet's history and belief systems. Progress is driven by encounters, exploration of abandoned locations, and piecing together narrative elements that explain the planet's long isolation.
Tell me something good.
Well, you're right, it checks out. He's hiding out around the Siberia moon.
Excellent.
How is that excellent? He's next to fucking Siberia. No one has left that planet in over 600 years. Anyone who even flies close to it is never heard from again.
Superstitions.
No. Superstitions are the crazy rumors about what happened on that planet. These are facts.
You worry too much.
You know what I worry just the right amount. I say we wait for him to leave, or how about we find a new lead? He's not worth it. I'm wasting my time, aren't I?
Can you please claim him? I don't need another hunter swooping in.
Who is swooping? No one is crazy enough to go there.
He clearly is.
He is clearly desperate.
And so am I, so claim him, or I will find another agent.
Okay, alright, you know what? There, you're the boss.
Thank you.
Listen, kid. I'll see you on the other side.
Humanity can seem insignificant.
Starfield Terran Armada is a story expansion that introduces a new faction of robotic soldiers emerging from the colony war, creating conflict across the settled systems. Gameplay adds a new questline tied to this threat, along with an incursion system that introduces repeatable combat scenarios. Players gain access to new companions, ship modules, and technologies, while progression involves responding to attacks, managing encounters, and navigating missions that influence how the conflict develops.
Do not attempt combat with us. You will not survive.
Shields up! Take him down!
Ha-ha! This is gonna be fun!
A pilot is only as capable as their starship. A ship only as useful as its crew. Together, you will find your place in the galaxy. But beware, others are claiming theirs.
Humans of the settled systems, you have forgotten who you are. We shall remind you.
There is no use resisting. Destroying hostile.
I got the crash drive!
Annihilating.
We are the Terran Armada, and none shall stand in our way.
The War of the Worlds. Siberia is an action-adventure set in an alternate 1896 during a Martian invasion. Following a student escaping across the Russian Empire, gameplay combines survival elements with combat using period weapons, stealth, and traversal through dangerous regions while avoiding large enemy machines. Encounters include chases, resource gathering, and puzzle solving, with progression shaped by movement between hostile environments, interactions with allies, and adapting to threats from both invaders and human conflict.
Убил вроде.
Эй, давайте сюда! Сюда! Да что же они там телятся?
Опять они. Да сколько ж можно?
Утекли. Слава богу. Погоди молиться, а то опять догонят.
Червонца накрыло!
Чёртова дыма хватануло. Глухо с ним. Брось тогда, выживет его счастье. Не по-людски это. Червонец мой, хуже пьяного. Ладно, еще глазом никого не сожгли. Капкан видел? Видел.
Набегался. Отдохнуть бы, полежать бы.
Напасть тогда. Грехи. Вообще спалили.
Этот фраер тоже здесь! Паскуда! In the grim darkness.
Total War Warhammer 40,000 is a strategy game built around turn-based empire management across multiple planets combined with real-time battles involving large armies. Gameplay includes controlling factions like Space Marines, Orcs, and Eldari, managing resources, upgrading fleets, and capturing territories on a galactic map. Battles focus on unit positioning, faction-specific tactics, and taking control of key locations, while customization systems allow adjustments to army composition, appearance, and strategic approach.
Across countless worlds, battles rage. Lead your armies. Conquer worlds. Fight on as the galaxy burns. For there is no peace amongst the stars. There is only war.
Breathedge 2 is a space survival game built around managing resources, crafting tools, and maintaining a crew while traveling across different star systems. Gameplay includes upgrading a spaceship, piloting vehicles in space and on planetary surfaces, and handling crew members with individual roles and needs that affect ship operations. Encounters involve gathering materials, dealing with hostile creatures, and completing objectives tied to confronting a corporation while maintaining survival systems.
Nerdy botanic, who is it, kids? The mechanic. Grinders buzzing, zoom, zoom. Daddy's fixing, boom, boom. His manicured is dirt under nails, a cap and stash. That's how he sails, polite and kind, not some street maniac. Who is it, kids?
That is what this...
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Remake is a reimagined action RPG that rebuilds the original story with updated systems and modern design. Gameplay is expected to shift from turn-based mechanics to real-time combat with direct control, while retaining character progression, abilities, and decision-based dialogue that affects story outcomes. The structure includes expanded areas and revised systems, with development involving multiple studios and ongoing adjustments as core gameplay and design elements are refined. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is an action-adventure set in a large open world with multiple planets, where progression starts from a low social rank and expands through missions and upgrades. Gameplay includes third-person combat, space travel between locations, and managing a crew and spacecraft with improved abilities and technology. Tasks across different societies unlock new tools and upgrades, while both solo and cooperative play connect through a shared system where events can influence multiple players.
Half the crew is dead drunk in my sickbay after eating your miraculous space chili. Any thoughts?
Well, I have no idea what you mean. Our food is healthy, invigorating.
Captain to crew, dead monkey in the crow's nest.
I repeat, monkey down.
El space chili strikes again.
Copy that, Captain. Hey, Paige, bet we could use your space chili to overclock our engines.
Negativo, mi amor. Only you can melt my circuits.
Keep laughing, fools. The key ingredient to good cooking is love.
What? Engineering to officers, we are dead in the water. I repeat.
Main engines are cursed. Nox, come in. What have we got on the scanners?
Jack shit. Nada. Hey, wait. I see something. 3 o'clock starboard. It's massive. Get back here, Shani. Pull off!
Lock down the bay column. Give your auxiliary engines. Deploy shields and bring our boat now! Brace yourselves!
Gods protect us.
Star Wars Zero Company is a turn-based tactics game set during the Clone Wars, built around commanding a squad of specialists on structured missions. Gameplay involves positioning units on a grid, using abilities, managing cover, and coordinating actions to handle threats. Each squad member has distinct skills that influence strategy, while decisions during missions and between operations affect progression, team dynamics, and how encounters unfold across a story-driven campaign.
You don't see. Fought in the shadows. The war beneath the war. A war that's won with the right strategy. Surveillance. Ciphers. Good old-fashioned sabotage. These aren't the heroes they tell stories about. They're professionals. Setting aside their differences to take on the impossible. But that's the job, and they get it done.
Judas is a first-person shooter set on a collapsing spaceship, built around survival through combat, abilities, and relationship-driven decisions. Gameplay combines firearms with powers and hacking systems, while interactions with key characters influence alliances, access to resources, and story progression. A roguelite structure introduces repeated runs where death leads to new narrative paths and changing layouts, requiring adaptation to different encounters and shifting objectives within the ship.
Nothing. You are the frog in a pot, boiling so slowly. You don't even know what's happening. But I'm here to set you free, whether you like it or not.
Welcome to the Galactic League!
Star Wars Galactic Racer is a racing game set in an underground circuit, where pilots compete across dangerous tracks using different types of vehicles like land speeders and pod racers. Gameplay focuses on high-speed races combined with combat actions such as ramming and takedowns, alongside vehicle handling based on distinct physics. Progression includes upgrading and customizing vehicles, competing in solo events or multiplayer matches, and advancing through ranks while managing rivalries and rewards within the league.
Impeding! Impeding! If they weren't holding me back right now, I'd have you frozen in carbonite!